Okay, so hi everyone, here we are again. This is my part 4 of my recovery vlog with regards to obviously having bunion surgery on both of my feet. Alright, so how am I doing? Okay, pretty good. Alright, so today is post-op day 11. Now my last video, which was part 3, covered days 3 to 6 post-op, something like that. And I haven't done one since, because the first few days after day 6, there was absolutely no change. You know, it was the same things that I told you about in my previous video. Now, today, everything has changed. Yesterday, which was post-op day 10, I went to see my surgeon. He removed my stitches, took me out of the bandages. The stitches, it was a little bit sore getting them removed, to be honest with you. Some of them were fine, some of them that get a little bit stuck in there. It stings a bit, but nothing that is unbearable, so don't worry about getting your stitches removed. I didn't have any pins in. I have got screws internally, but they will be staying in, okay? So I didn't have any of these external pins that some people do have with their procedure. So I didn't have those taken out, so that was good. All I had done yesterday was the stitches being removed. So he told me I left there without wearing any bandages, not even any steri strips or plasters on my incisions. He said it's all good, don't worry, you can shower, wash, no problem, just don't rub your feet. Obviously when you're washing them, don't rub them, or when you're drying yourself either. So just pat yourself dry and everything will be fine. He also told me just some aftercare to spray my incisions with Octenicept, which is a antiseptic spray. And he gave me as well a silicone toe separator that I will need to wear, he told me, for the next few weeks every day. Okay, so I literally just got back now. I went out this morning. As you can see, I'm looking a little bit better than I did on my last video. I went to the salon today and I got my hair washed and coloured because it was pretty rank, to be honest with you. I hadn't washed it for 11 days, so you can imagine things weren't very pleasant there. So it's all done now, so I'm feeling much better with myself too. And going back to the doctor's visit, I told you all before in my previous video that I'd become a member of a group on Facebook called I Survived a Bunionectomy. Now, being part of that group, there were lots of, you read about, you share your experience with so many other people that are going through the same thing. Lots of people have had different procedures. Some are told not to bear weight on their feet. In fact, most are told no weight bearing for at least 6 to 8 weeks, whereas a few others, like myself included, were told no problem, you can bear weight. Okay, so there was this thing, that I'm very curious as to why there's so many different rules and what is the right way and what is the wrong way, or if there isn't. So the question that I had mainly was, is this different post-op care or rules, is it based on what actual procedure you've had? So this was the only explanation that I could think of. So when I did go and see my surgeon yesterday, I asked him, first of all, I asked what actual procedure he did on me, which was the chevron osteotomy, because I wasn't really sure, to be frank. And then I asked him that if he had done a different procedure on my feet, if he would have told me to not bear weight. And he basically said to me that no matter what procedure he'd done on my feet, whatever the case, he would not have put me in a cast, and he also would not have told me to not bear weight. His instructions would have clearly been the exact same as what they are now. So it wasn't because of the procedure. So I'm saying to him, okay, so is this your approach or is this a thing? he laughed. He said it's obviously not his approach. He said that every year he goes to it's called EFFORT. It's the European Federation of Orthopedics, and they have a summit or a conference yearly where all of the European orthopedic surgeons go to this conference, and there they discuss in detail, you know, procedures, new methods, new ways, opinions, approaches, recovery, and so on. And basically their new rule of thumb is that the weight bearing actually speeds up the recovery process, and it's not damaging to the healing process, which is what they thought maybe years ago. So all I can say now, talking about how I'm feeling now, because in my original videos, my first ones, my biggest question was, how much pain am I going to be in? So telling you now, I'm going to tell you that between day 6 to say 9, it was pretty okay, apart from when I was initially putting my feet down, I was really burning. Obviously the days before that, I mean, I'm presuming all of you have seen my previous videos, but for those of you that haven't, day 1, say to 6 was pretty painful. Yeah, I mean, there's no two ways about it. Burning, throbbing, especially going to stand up. That was killer for me. You know, because the blood surges down to your feet have been elevated for so long. It's inevitable that it's going to burn. So if I was told to not bear weight and I tried to get up and I was experiencing that pain, immediately I would have panicked and been scared and put my feet up straight away and say, no, I'm not going there. But because I was instructed to bear weight, you kind of deal with it. You say, it's okay, it's going to hurt, but I can do this. And that's exactly what I did do. I kind of pushed myself through it by putting my feet down very slowly, very gradually, a little bit down, pick them up again, down, pick them up, until the blood was fully circulating properly in my feet, and the burning went. You know, it could take a good 15-20 minutes, but the burning went, and then I was on my feet, I could move around, it was okay, I didn't overdo it. So between days 6 and 9, the pain sort of stayed the same. It was only when I was initially getting up. Yeah, so once I was up and about, all was good. Now after so basically from yesterday, so I would say day 10, was the first time that I was almost standing for well over half of the day yesterday, and I was completely fine. You know, took me about just a few minutes in the morning to get the blood circulating and to get over the burning. And then once I was up and about, I was happy as Larry, honestly. It was really fine. And today, what can I tell you? I mean, I got up and I can almost tell you that there was no pain whatsoever. Not even the burning was gone. You know, so for me today was like the turning point. It was like day 11, and I'm like, wow, I cannot believe the difference in the pain. It's almost gone. You know, I can move around, I can walk almost normally. The only reason why I'm not walking normally is because I'm wearing these horrendous Draco shoes, or whatever you want to call them. So the biggest problem for me is that I'm not allowed to drive. So that's the only thing that sucks in this case, that my surgeon has specifically told me that, yeah, you can walk as much as you want, obviously as long as you're not overdoing it. I can wiggle my toes, I can move my feet, I can do all of these things as long as I'm wearing the shoes. And he said, and obviously you cannot drive in these shoes, it would be very dangerous, and God forbid you would get yourself into an accident, or you would have to press very drastically on the brakes suddenly, then obviously that could cause damage. So he's told me 5 to 6 weeks is the norm. That's when we're looking at taking off the shoes, and he said that's when you'll be able to drive. So that's the only thing. So I was taken by a friend today to the salon, got my hair done, all washed and clean, and everything is good again because, you know, like I said, after 11 days, it wasn't nice. So I'm feeling myself again, all is good. And I would just like to say that I really do feel now that this weight bearing it's a good thing, you know, because after looking at all my new friends on the Facebook group I've joined and their delay in recovery and the weeks and weeks it's taken them. I mean, 8 weeks no weight bearing, and then after that it's taken them weeks to be able to walk, or that they're going through physiotherapy, or it's just like a never-ending nightmare for most of these people. So talking first-hand experience here, 11 days post-op, both feet, I'm up and about and I'm not in any pain whatsoever. So unless there's any other, I mean, I'm keeping my fingers crossed I'm not going to have any unexpected complications. I'm not overdoing it. Even though I can stand, I still shuffle about quite slowly. I'm very careful when I walk, not to trip or, you know, harm myself in any way. And I'm really hoping that the incisions that will completely heal properly without any infections. So all being well, without any unexpected complications, I really do believe that this is going to be easier than I thought. You know, 11 days out and all is good. So I hope this video will give some hope to a lot of you that are watching it. And for those that are told not to bear weight, I'm not telling you in any way whatsoever to go against your doctor's wishes, but really research into it, because I'm living proof that you can bear weight after bunion surgery, no matter what your procedure is, and it's okay. And I believe that you will recover a lot faster in the long run. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I'm actually going to add on to the end of this video some pictures of my feet as soon as the stitches came out. You'll notice that there's a lot of bruising, very bruised. I was a bit surprised about the bruising. I wasn't expecting that, but he told me that he did actually cut a couple of my tendon in either foot to help sort of move the bones around. So that's probably what brought on all the bruising, but the swelling has gone down drastically. So you'll just see the pictures when we finish now, and you can decide for yourself. But generally speaking, I'm happy with the incisions, happy with everything, and keeping my fingers crossed that it will all end well. All right, so thank you very much again for watching. And for those of you that are about to go through the same thing that I went through, good luck. I'm really hoping you all don't suffer too much. It's not an easy thing, but it can actually be better than you expect. All right, so I will check in with you in a few days, maybe, to let you know how I'm getting on, if nothing's changed, and we'll speak again. So thanks again for watching, and good luck.